In medieval times, castles were prominent features of the landscape, and Britain boasts some of the finest examples, though many now stand as decaying relics with their secrets buried in time. Historian Ruth Goodman and archaeologists Tom Pinfold and Peter Ginn are delving into the past to rediscover the secrets of medieval castle builders. One notable project is Guédelon Castle in the Burgundy region of France, the world's largest archaeological experiment. This 25-year endeavor aims to construct a castle from scratch using only the tools, techniques, and materials available in the 13th century. Over the next 6 months, Ruth, Peter, and Tom will immerse themselves in the daily rigors of medieval construction and everyday life, exploring how workers dressed, ate, and engaged in combat. This journey offers insights into the art of building a medieval castle. In March, the team traveled to Saint-Fargeau, about 100 miles south of Paris, where Guédelon Castle has been under construction for 17 years. They met with master mason Florian Ranucci and site administrator Sarah Preston, who introduced them to the project's scope. Building Guédelon is an enormous undertaking, requiring approximately 30,000 tons of stone to be quarried, shaped, and positioned without modern machinery. Teams of woodcutters, carpenters, blacksmiths, and tile makers contribute to various aspects of the construction, utilizing resources from the surrounding environment. The design of Guédelon is typical of 13th century castles, featuring thick walls, grand halls, kitchens, chapels, and multiple towers. The Great Tower, intended as the castle's ultimate stronghold, will stand nearly 30 meters high with walls 4 meters thick. The castle is being built within a quarry, minimizing the distance materials need to be transported. This site provides sandstone, sand, water, ochre for pigments, clay for tiles, and timber from nearby forests, ensuring that almost everything needed for construction is readily available. The team engages in various tasks, including extracting sandstone blocks, shaping them for construction, and learning about the grading of stones based on their iron content. They also explore aspects of medieval life, such as setting up living quarters, understanding the roles of different workers, and experiencing the daily challenges faced by those who built these monumental structures. Through this immersive experience, Ruth, Peter, and Tom aim to gain a deeper understanding of the skills, labor, and community efforts involved in building a medieval castle, shedding light on the architectural marvels that have stood the test of time. During the medieval period, castles were prominent features of the landscape, with Britain boasting some of the finest examples. Many of these structures now stand as decaying relics, their secrets buried by time. Historians and archaeologists such as Ruth Goodman, Tom Pinfold, and Peter Ginn have endeavored to uncover the techniques and daily lives of medieval castle builders. A notable project in this field is the construction of Guédelon Castle in the Burgundy region of France. This 25-year endeavor aims to build a castle from scratch, using only 13th century tools, techniques, and materials. The project provides invaluable insights into medieval construction methods and the organization of labor. Building a castle required a vast workforce, including masons, carpenters, blacksmiths, and laborers. These workers often lived on site in temporary communities that could evolve into permanent settlements. Their dwellings were typically simple, single-room structures that served multiple purposes, such as cooking, sleeping, and socializing. The central hearth was essential, providing heat, light, and a place to prepare meals. The construction process began with quarrying stone near the building site to minimize transportation challenges. Workers used tools like hammers, chisels, and wedges to extract and shape large sandstone blocks. The quality of the stone varied based on its iron content, influencing its hardness and suitability for different parts of the castle. Carpenters played a crucial role, crafting essential items such as furniture and scaffolding. Using tools like the side axe, they split and shaped wood, often working with green timber due to its pliability. This method allowed for efficient construction of necessary structures and tools. GQ.com, a reliable water source, was vital for both the inhabitants and the construction process, particularly for making mortar. Wells were meticulously constructed, often lined with stone or brick to ensure structural integrity. The depth of these wells varied depending on the groundwater level and the castle's elevation. Constructing such wells was labor-intensive and could span decades, as they had to reach deep aquifers to provide a consistent water supply. Wikipedia. Rope making was another essential craft on medieval construction sites. Ropes were used for lifting heavy materials and securing scaffolding. The process involved twisting hemp yarns into strands and then twisting these strands together in the opposite direction to form a strong, durable rope. This labor-intensive process required skill and precision to ensure the ropes could withstand the demands of construction work. By engaging in these traditional building practices, modern historians and archaeologists gain a deeper understanding of the skills, labor, and daily life of medieval castle builders. Projects like Gedalon Castle serve as living laboratories, shedding light on the complexities and innovations of medieval construction techniques. Medieval castles, once the dominant features of the landscape, now stand as decaying relics, their secrets buried by time. To uncover these lost techniques, historian Ruth Goodman and archaeologists Tom Pinfold and Peter Ginn embarked on a journey to relearn the secrets of medieval castle builders. In the Burgundy region of France lies Gedalon Castle, the world's largest archaeological experiment, a 25-year project to construct a castle from scratch using only 13th century tools, techniques, and materials. This endeavor provides invaluable insights into medieval construction methods. The project began in 1997 under the guidance of Michel Guyot, who envisioned building a castle using authentic medieval techniques. The site was chosen for its natural resources, an abandoned sandstone quarry surrounding forests for timber, and a nearby pond for water. These materials are sourced locally, reflecting the practices of the 13th century builders. The construction site is a hive of activity, with various craftsmen working together. Stonemasons extract and shape sandstone blocks using traditional tools like hammers, chisels, and wedges. The stone is graded based on hardness. Pif for hard sandstone used in load-bearing structures, Paf for medium hardness stone, and Poof for softer stone used in non-structural elements. Carpenters employ period-specific methods, such as splitting wood with wooden wedges and smoothing planks with side axes. They create essential structures like scaffolding, roofing, and doors, all without modern machinery. Blacksmiths forge tools and hardware necessary for construction, while tile makers produce roofing and floor tiles from local clay. Rope makers craft essential ropes for lifting heavy materials, using hemp yarns twisted into sturdy cords. A key feature of the construction is the treadmill winch, a human-powered device that can lift over half a ton, demonstrating the ingenuity of medieval technology. This crane is crucial for transporting heavy materials to the upper levels of the castle. The project also sheds light on the daily lives of medieval workers. Temporary communities formed around construction sites with workers living in simple hovels. These structures were basic, often consisting of a single room serving as kitchen, living area, and sleeping quarters, centered around a fireplace that provided heat and light. By immersing themselves in these traditional building methods, the team gains a profound understanding of the skills and labor required to construct a medieval castle, offering a tangible connection to the past and preserving these ancient techniques for future generations. The construction of medieval castles was a monumental endeavor requiring meticulous planning, skilled craftsmanship, and a deep understanding of available materials and techniques. In the 13th century, builders relied on locally sourced resources, such as sandstone and timber, to erect these formidable structures. The process began with the extraction of stone blocks from quarries, where stonemasons used tools like hammers, chisels, and wedges to shape the stones precisely. These craftsmen employed traditional methods, such as the opus isodomum technique, which involved laying equal-height stone courses to ensure structural integrity. Transportation of these heavy materials was achieved using horse-drawn carts, emphasizing the importance of proximity between the quarry and the construction site. Once on site, the stones were hoisted into position using devices like the treadmill winch, a precursor to modern cranes operated by workers walking inside large wooden wheels. This machinery exemplified the innovative spirit of medieval engineers, allowing them to lift substantial weights with relative ease. Mortar, essential for binding stones together, was crafted from a mixture of sand, lime, and water. The quality of the mortar was paramount as it contributed significantly to the castle's durability. Lime was produced by heating limestone to high temperatures, a process requiring careful control to achieve the desired consistency. Water sources near the construction site were vital, not only for mortar production, but also for the daily needs of the workforce. The workforce itself was diverse, comprising stonemasons, carpenters, blacksmiths, and laborers, each playing a crucial role in the construction process. Carpenters were responsible for creating scaffolding, roofing, and wooden frameworks, utilizing locally sourced timber. Blacksmiths forged tools and hardware, ensuring that metal components met the necessary standards for strength and functionality. Living conditions for workers varied, with many residing in temporary huts or cottages near the construction site. These dwellings were simple, often consisting of a single room that served multiple purposes, including cooking, sleeping, and storage. The central hearth provided warmth and a place to prepare meals, reflecting the communal lifestyle of medieval laborers. Pottery played a significant role in daily life, serving as essential cooking and storage vessels. In medieval England, various types of pottery, such as sandy ware and Shelley sandy ware, were prevalent. Sandy ware, produced between the 8th and 16th centuries, was tempered with quartz sand, giving it a distinctive texture and durability. Shelley sandy ware, common from the 12th to 13th centuries, incorporated both sand and shell temper, resulting in a fabric that was generally dark gray with brown oxidized surfaces. The construction of a castle was not merely about erecting defensive walls. It was a testament to the era's technological advancements, social structures, and the collaborative efforts of various trades. Each stone laid and each beam positioned reflected the intricate planning and labor that went into creating these enduring symbols of medieval heritage. In medieval construction, precision and skill were paramount, especially when working with materials like limestone for intricate features such as arches, windows, and staircases. Limestone's fine grain made it ideal for detailed carving, allowing stonemasons to achieve the desired intricacy in their designs. Stonemasonry techniques. The process began by splitting large limestone blocks into manageable sizes. Masons used tools like hammers and chisels to create rough blocks, which were then moved to a workstation known as a banker for shaping. A fundamental skill every stonemason possessed was facing a stone, which involved refining the stone's surface to ensure it fit seamlessly into the structure. This task required rhythm and precision, as the quality of the masonry directly impacted the integrity and aesthetics of the building. Tool maintenance and blacksmithing. The durability of masonry tools was crucial for efficient work. Blacksmiths played an essential role in maintaining these tools, regularly sharpening chisels and other instruments. The sharpening process involved heating the chisel's tip to approximately 1,000 degrees Celsius to soften the metal, making it easier to reshape. Once the desired shape was achieved, the chisel underwent a hardening process. This entailed heating the metal until it reached a yellow-hot state and then quenching it in water. This rapid cooling transformed the metal's microstructure, resulting in a hard, durable edge suitable for carving stone. The blacksmith had to carefully monitor the metal's color during heating, as different hues indicated specific temperatures and corresponding hardness levels. Construction of architectural features. For elements like spiral staircases, meticulous planning was essential. Master masons would draw full-scale plans on tracing floors, using tools such as compasses to ensure geometric accuracy. These drawings guided the masons in carving each stone to precise dimensions, ensuring that when assembled, the stones formed a stable and aesthetically pleasing structure. The use of templates allowed for uniformity in repetitive elements, streamlining the construction process while maintaining high standards of craftsmanship. Through the combined expertise of stonemasons and blacksmiths, medieval builders created enduring structures that continue to be admired for their architectural brilliance and intricate details. In medieval times, daily life was filled with tasks that required resourcefulness and a deep understanding of available materials. One such task was washing up after meals. Without modern scouring pads, people turned to natural resources. Fresh rushes, abundant in the environment, could be used as a scrubbing tool. For greasy residues, sand served as an abrasive agent to help remove stubborn particles. However, tackling grease effectively required a basic form of chemistry. Wood ash, readily available from the hearth, combined with water to create a rudimentary alkaline solution akin to caustic soda. This mixture reacted with fats on dishes, effectively creating a simple soap that left utensils clean. The process was straightforward. Apply ash, scrub with rushes or straw, and rinse with hot water, resulting in clean dishes without the need for modern detergents. Understanding the medieval peasant diet offers insight into their daily sustenance and culinary practices. Cereals were fundamental, with barley, oats, and rye forming the basis of most meals. Common dishes included bread, porridge, and gruel. Legumes like fava beans and various vegetables supplemented this grain-centric diet. Meat was a luxury, seldom available to the lower classes, making game meats rare on their tables. Instead, domesticated animals such as pork and chicken were more commonly consumed when available. Fish, particularly cod and herring, were dietary staples in northern regions, often preserved through drying, cooking, or salting to ensure availability. Meals were largely influenced by seasonal availability, geographic location, and religious practices. For most peasants, food sources were limited to what could be cultivated locally or gathered from nearby lands and waters. Cooking methods were simple, primarily involving open fires, cauldrons, or spits. Ovens, when present, were typically situated outside and constructed from clay or turf. The daily diet of peasants was dominated by grains and vegetables, often prepared as stews, soups, or pottage, a thick mixture of boiled vegetables, grains, and occasionally meat or fish. Access to spices was limited due to cost, and hunting certain game was restricted by law, making such meats scarce in the peasant diet. Staples included rye or barley bread, homegrown vegetables, dairy products from their own animals, and fruits and nuts foraged from the wild. One notable dish of the time was pottage, a staple in medieval England. Typically made by boiling cereals like wheat, barley, or oats, pottage was a versatile dish that could incorporate various ingredients based on availability. Thicker versions, known as standing pottages, included cereals, kidneys, shredded meat, and were sometimes thickened with egg yolks and breadcrumbs. Thinner versions were referred to as ronning pottages. Fermenti was another popular dish made by boiling freshly cleaned wheat grains until they burst, then cooking them with broth and either cow's milk or almond milk, thickened with egg yolk and flavored with sugar and spices. These culinary practices highlight the ingenuity and adaptability of medieval people, making the most of their environment and resources to meet daily needs.